Hey, everybody. How are you? I hope you had a great weekend. Let's see who's here. Purple Butterfly, Tink Bell. Hello. Sprinkled. Hi, Liz, Melody. Teresita. It was great seeing you, Melody. Hi, Leslie, Teresita, Charlotta. Hey, there's Cassie. You're going to see her new stuff. Who else is here? Sorry, we just got in from the beach and I would like to be a little more prepared. But basically, what I want to do today, hey, Michelle, is I want to sit down. I want to show you the new Grafix products. And then I want to play with it a little bit because I've been reading about it and there's just so many ways you can use this stuff, guys. So we are going to take a look at that. I hope you all had a good weekend. We went to the beach. There was nobody renting the house. And we're like, you know what? Let's just go. So I only see 17 people on here. And I was not able to hook into Stream or Instagram. I don't know why. Hey, Dorothy. Oh, is Glum here? I don't see her. Hey, Michelle Wilson. I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know if it, because we were away at the beach and it didn't know my regular internet. I'm not sure what's going on, but I hope everybody gets here. Hey, Laura. At least Laura got the notification this time. Anyway, have any of you heard of Grafix Products before? Because they have tons of other stuff. They have some nice chipboard. Hey, Chris Flint. How's it going? Glum is here and I can't see her. Well, hello, Glum. I know you're saying hi, kittens, or something like that. Sorry, I can't see you. Also, you may notice today that, oh, hey, Lisa. So you have their acetate. I have used their chipboard before, and some of their shrink plastic. We used that on a retreat last year, and some other stuff. Oh, it's cool. Yeah, I keep seeing them at the trade shows, and I saw this. It caught my eye because I saw my friend Cassie and also Kat Kerr, and I have met Terri Conrad, but it was a long time ago. She probably doesn't remember me, but all of them are beautiful, and what I really like is that you could tell whose they were before you even saw the name on the label. So these images all reflect that person's personality, which is really cool. So you're going to see, and we're going to experiment with this, and probably can't do everything, but we will have a play with it. Okay, the thing that impressed me about it was, on most plastic, you put down ink or watercolor or whatever. Amy Powers, how are you? Good to see you here. Love that top you have on. Yeah, this this I got when my clothes were lost in the wherever I was. Yes, it's very comfy. I wore it driving home. It was traffic. Anyway, but what I was going to say is plastic. Normally you put some kind of what would you call it? A medium on it, and it will bead up and you can't use it. Well, this one is way different, and I've already played around with it. Last night I got out some alcohol inks and watercolors, and it's really cool. You can do front or back. You can, treat either side, which gives kind of a cool look, like a kind of dimensional thing. So anyway, let's turn the camera down and take a look at it. And I have a couple things that I want to test. Of course, I want to see if you can die cut it. Facebook is so weird. Couldn't find the live, went to YouTube, then it showed up on Facebook. Anyway, well, good, Lisa. I'm glad you're here. I can't find it half the time. I just have to tell you, okay, we went to the beach. I've been on this diet and I have lost 10 pounds. Who knows now how much? But yesterday this is so bad. But we went to, what did I have for dinner? I don't even remember. Not much. Oh, we had ham sandwiches. And then I said, let's get ice cream. So we went down and got ice cream. And then I saw these funnel cakes. Hey, Linda Cooper. And I got a funnel cake. Well, I ordered it, and I told the guy, and if you guys don't know what funnel cakes are, you're at 23 pounds. Good job, Leslie. An elephant. Stop it. I already feel better, except not after the funnel cake. So what happened was I ordered it, and then I went to pay, and the guy says $9.50. And I was like, $9.50? I mean, the last time I bought one, it was $5. You get them at a, those little, fairs and stuff like that. And it's basically fried dough that they put powdered sugar on top. It's delicious, and it's nice and hot when you get it. And anyway, I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm at the beach, $9.50. Well, when he handed it to me, it was like that thick, covered with powdered sugar. It was huge. And when I got done with it, I could only eat like a little section. So tonight we came home, had another ham sandwich and the rest of the funnel cake, and my husband helped me with it. So it was delicious. And now I have a little sugar in my system. So I think all will be well. All right. I'm not really, quite as prepared as I wanted to be, because I want you to see all the cool things that Grafix Products can do. And this is called Dura-Lar Prints. These are designer prints. So you can get them plain, or you can get them with the design printed on. Okay. You have just eaten a Magnum ice cream. Good for you. Go, Dorothy. All right. Let's turn the camera. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even bring my camera in. Oh, hang on. Let me get that in here. Okay. All right. Add to stage. Okay. Here we go. So I'm sorry if I didn't announce this well enough, but wait, let's turn the light on. Okay. So let's take a look at this Dura-Lar, okay? And as I said, it's a plastic film, and you can die cut it, because I had to test that out, so we'll do that in a minute. I tried embossing, and I don't know. I've got to work on that. But it makes sense that embossing may not be the best material to do this with, because, it doesn't have the give that a paper would. But anyway, let's look through these designs, and you can see them, and then we'll play around a little bit. Okay, can you see enough? All right. So this set here is by Terri Conrad, and hers is called Whimsical Florals. They're really pretty. And on this one, I tried some stuff last night. So I think you can see each design. You get two of each designs. One in the kind of, it looks like vellum, but it is plastic. It's like a frosted plastic. And this is the clear, but it's got the design printed on it. So we'll look at that in a minute. And here are some more of those designs. So you get 6 total in a pack, and you can go to Grafix and order them. They're available now. So here is the clear one. So these would make in your journals. Of course, that's what I'm looking at. Would it work in a journal? And the answer is yes, because it's like the acetate that you would get, but it's printed on it and it's already got a design. So this could be a feature, and really pretty. I like that you can color on the back to kind of make it whatever color you want. Matte Dura-Lar. Thank you. Making you hungry. Sorry about that. Oh, Chris, I know. Sometimes you have to do it. All right, Teresita. Hey, Laura Lee. Okay, so this is pretty. This is like a text. So each one has a text and then 2 pages of, designs, this is a design too, but that's really pretty. Be a nice background on a page. Then this is from Kat Kerr, and hers are called Grungy Vibe. And Kat does a lot of mixed media art, as well as Cassie does. So let's show you hers. Here are the 2 patterns. And that's a good motto, make every minute count. That's kind of pretty too. If you like overlay it, it has kind of a shadow effect. You know, there's a lot you can do with this. So there's that one. And then she has a bunch of words: grungy vibe, grungy, and vibe, which are good words these days. Okay, and if that's your style, there you go. So you could put that on the cover of a journal, anywhere. Okay, then she has this pattern. I think this one is my favorite of cats. It's like a little, wait, let me get some white paper to put behind this so you can see it better. These are bad. I did some watercolors, but they did not. I just wasn't in the mood. When you're not in the mood, you can't make it work. I can't. All right, let's look at this, because this is it reminds me of almost like a photo negative, you know? Aren't these cool? They remind me of like my mom, although they're probably, I don't know what do you think from the hairstyles? When do you think that was? Maybe 50s? The old typewriter, the little shoes, so cute, and lace. And these are cool too. So you could fussy cut these and use them to like put a word on the front of a journal or something. All right, then here are Cassie's. And this is just like Cassie. She's got her, all right, wait a minute. See, I was looking at this right before. And I had to cut something off because I want to make a little journal out of it. So now Cassie's got her awesome because she is such an optimist. What if you fly? Wait, let's look at it like this. See, and it even with using the shiny piece of Dura-Lar, it's not that shiny that it's like reflecting everywhere. I love this one. And Cassie has always very stylish glasses. So that's her. And then I tried a bookmark out of this, but I used the other film. So we will take a look at that. That's a cute little bird too. All right. So Cassie's is called Sassy. All right. Yeah, that's where I cut out. Okay. And then I cut some of this because I want to try this on a book, kind of a leopard or cheetah. What is it, Cassie? What would you call it? Yes, you can foil using toner foil. I heard that. I was watching some videos right before I went on, and I didn't have time to turn on my laminator. But wouldn't that be fun to have this in like a gold foil or some kind of cool foil? And then you could take a piece of paper behind it and color it or gel print, you know, anything. Sky's the limit. And then these, I love these words because they're very positive, and that is very much Cassie. So she is queen, unstoppable, strong, courageous, powerful, creative, determined, confident, limitless, brave, wise. Yeah. So the other thing I was thinking is this is really pretty. Let's just start out by fussy cutting, and I want to get a feel for, I'm just going to cut it out first for a general shape, and then yeah, this is cutting nicely. You know, like sometimes I get the acrylic. Now it's a little thicker, what I've been used to getting, but it slips kind of, and this is really nice and smooth. So feels good to fussy cut. And you know I'm not a fussy cutter, but this is just such a cute lady because I think she would be fun on the front of a journal, or even like a Barbie. You know, this would work for a Barbie on her party dress. So I can tell you that I'm trying to get too close here, but it fussy cuts very nicely. So to me, that says it also die cuts nicely. Now, I have tried it with a thinlit die because I thought, well, if it does a thinlit, then surely it will do a Big's die. So I have one ready to go. So we'll give that a try too. I'm just going to make a tiny little needle book. And I'm going to do a little background on the mat board before I cut it, and then I'm going to just die cut it. And we'll use this for the front of it, and it will give kind of a translucent, cool look, I think. So I'm not going to cut her feet right now, but Anyway, can you see? If you like fussy cutting, you will like the feel of this. And it bends nice, but it doesn't crease. Well, that's good too. So see, that was just a minute. And if you wanted, you could go in with a knife and get in here and everything, but it's good. I am tempted to save this scrap because let me see what happens when we write on it with a Sharpie, or well, a micron. Let's see. Let's do, oh yeah. Whoop. Yeah, that's nice. It feels good. Let's see if it smears. Now, a little. I should have let it dry. But it's a nice feel to it. Okay. Messed that up. Didn't spell her name right. Or well, I missed the Y, but that's okay. All right. What is next? All right. Let me, you know what I think? Let's do this one first. Okay. I decided with Terry's that I would try some watercolor and alcohol ink. So let's just give that a little shot. Now, when you do it, you really can't tell, but the colors are so nice and bright. So let's just get a, all right, I've got just a little pen here. And let me get my mat out. Don't get it all over my background. And here are some alcohol inks that I used. And I also brought some patinas, and I didn't try them yet, but I think they would be fun. I also want to try my Catherine Pooler ink and see what happens there. I hadn't brought it with me, but let's try this. Okay, so these are the three colors that, wait a minute, where's my yellow? Yeah, sunshine yellow. So what I did was I just laid a drop of this down. And then you have to do it quick because it absorbs. Now I'm going to do it on the back so that you can see how it shows up on the front. And it's really kind of fun. So I'm not going to worry about, you know, trying to get everything perfect. I'm just going to get any little leaf sections. It looks almost, did I do green or yellow? It looks yellow to me, but then again, when I did it last night, it's like, oh yeah, that looks good. The thing that I like about the alcohol inks, if you mess up the color, you want to mix the shades a little, you can go over it and it will just change to the most recent color that you have. I haven't had my alcohol inks out in a long time, and they're kind of fun. All right, so that's the green. So also, I couldn't remember how you clean off alcohol ink, probably with alcohol. But I just kept using it and it was fine. Hey, Brenda. Melanie, there are not currently dyes, yeah. But who knows? All right, maybe let's do another color. Let's do this turquoise because I must not have seen it last night, or I would have done turquoise. All right, so let's do these big flowers. See, it's kind of puddling, but it's going to look really pretty when you see the back. And it's going to be more clear or visible, I think. Let's see. Let's give it a try. Now, I don't want to lay it down yet because I can see that that is pooling, but let's just hold it over it and see what happens. Yeah, isn't that pretty? That is really pretty. So, you know, I would just take this and cut it out and put it on the front of a journal, but I would probably do some kind of pattern underneath, either a colored paper or maybe like some soft just inking or shading, and then have that on the front. Now, you could also, if you want to make this darker, you can go on the front and color it in more. So it's nice that you can have these layers, you know. It's really fun to play with. Cassie, what do you like about this? Because it's your designs here. Oh, wait, we didn't put, let's put that in the middle. All right, I'm going to let this dry a minute and then we can take another look. All right. So let's try, as somebody, you would do a page in a journal with next page as a background. Yes, I think that would be cool. I know if I put this in water, it's probably not going to help, but I don't want it to get all stiff. But this is one of the kids' brushes. Not that I ever used it yet, but okay. Let's see. Oh, I also thought, what about this gelato? Maybe that would be. I wonder if that's dry yet. Let's see. Let's just put it down and see what happens. Yeah, it's dry. All right. Well, you know what? Let's try kind of scribbling this underneath. This is so old. This is just a gold. I don't even know where I got this. I'm not sure it's going to show up either. Hope I didn't wreck it. Seems a little dried out, but let's see. Oh, that's not bad. Let me put it up. Not too horrible. That's kind of cool, actually. I think that's really pretty. Yeah, that's a nice frame. So what I might do, yeah, we could just cut it out and see. I did bring a, I had an idea for what I wanted to do. Actually, this would work. I wanted to make this like a flip. Let's see if I can find where I put my page. Now, this does feel a little rough down here, but, you know, I bet you could also make it softened a little bit. I don't know. Honestly, I don't see that much, but it is shiny. So, you know, it just fills it in a little, antiques it up a little bit. Okay. So maybe we should. All right, there's another one. This is the vellum look. And I kind of thought, well, let's try this on both and see which one you like better. So either of these could be a flip or a kind of a journal cover. So this one I used watercolor. So let's do a little bit of watercolor while I have this stuff out here. And here's my watercolor palette. And I'm going to use a different brush. And let me get my water. And we should wipe up that alcohol ink. So let's do that kind of aqua-ish color. It's more of a blue, but that's okay. All right, let's do it on the back. So I'm just gonna, all right, now see, that's beating up. Interesting, because last night it didn't. Or maybe, you know what, maybe I did the alcohol ink. This might be the alcohol ink. All right, well, let's try. I have some other things to try. Okay, let's try this. Oh, that must be a highlighter. I just grabbed a bunch of markers that I had. I don't even know what I brought over here. I do have some alcohol ink markers, though. That's pretty. Okay, that one looks nice. That's soft. That's a highlighter. And let's try this one. This is a Koi coloring brush pen. So let's try this. That's a little darker. I do want to try my colored pencils. So I brought them over. You can imagine my desk here. As usual. All right, let's do a nice green. You can also heat emboss. All right, let's see. Dura-Lar are so amazing because you can paint on it, stamp on it, die cut, foil with the prints, write with alcohol markers, use mixed media paste and art sprays. You can use it with a gel plate. The options are endless, and you can heat emboss. Ooh. All right. See, is there ever enough time in the world? I'll tell you, this feels nice. This feels really nice with the colored pencils on the back, although they say they're both the same, so it probably feel good on the front too. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, you know what? This is the alcohol ink because I can see that it is shiny here. All right. Well, it might take me a little while, but I will figure this out. Now, let's see, because I think this yellow or this green was very yellowy, and I was like, oh, it looks like yellow. Let's see what happens if we color underneath the green and then have the gold on top of it. So let's see if it blends. I think it will, or it'll make it darker. Probably. Let's see. Yes, definitely. Oh yeah. See, that's the yellow, and that's with the green underneath on the back. So you can kind of color correct as you go. Yes, I like this. Boy, I hardly ever use my colored pencils, but this is enough to get them out for. Yeah, this is fun. I mean, it's just fun to color. I love the color wonder stuff that the kids have. Any coloring. It's fun to just sit there and talk and color. Yeah, I can see, Cassie, how this has a lot of options. All right, let's see. Let's do the alcohol markers. I didn't try them yet. Wait, let's do red. That'll stand out. Oh yeah, pretty. Isn't this cool, guys? So what, you would use them for journal pages? And Leslie said like covering a covering a page underneath. Let's see what happens if we make these pink ones with the red behind them. You don't have to do all of them. Let's see if there's a difference. Yeah, definitely darker. Yeah. This is really cool. Very soft. I like it. It's not like in your face, but what else do we have here? Not sure what that is. Oh, that's like another highlighter. Let's do these. Like a hydrangea. Cool. Okay. I like this. I like playing with all of these different mediums. You know, you have them. We all have them. So why not use them? All right. I'm going to close these up. I think, though, what about gold? You might have to try a little gold. Or I wonder about luster wax in the back. I think this is supposed to have one of those balls in it that makes it shake. It's not doing it. I don't know if that's any good. No, it looks watery. I think I need to do a lot of shaking there. Okay, that's all right. All right, one thing we did not try was stamping ink. So let's give this a shot. I don't know where to put it. Maybe around the edges. Let's just see, like a little border. Oh. Yeah, you can see, but it's not, like I said, it's not in your face. I like that. All right, I can tell that this works with a lot of stuff that I would not think of using plastic for, because honestly, I use a lot of the Sizzix packaging and it's thicker and it is not, it's just not as nice as this. I mean, it's good for packaging though. It's sturdy. And you know, you can die cut the thicker dies, but not the thin like this one. That's pretty. Okay, that was a good experiment. I might find some more things that I got out to try, but let's just die cut a little book and let's see if that will, yeah, it's not going to come up. That's all right. Okay, let's move this stuff out of the way. And then I do want to try something. Well, let's do the book first. Okay, I'll show you what happened when I die cut this from Cassie's design. Let me just clear the deck here. We might still use those. All right, so what happened was I used my bookmark die because I thought this would be a nice bookmark. And I don't know if you can see, but it is embossed. I used the tablecloth folder, which is very busy. The folder is a very busy folder. There's a lot of up and down. And so it kind of like, it did what it was supposed to do. You know what I think would be cool? If we just took a ink stamp pad and went over the back and then that design would pop up. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah. I mean, that might take a minute to dry, but I think that would be cool. And what I would probably do is get another piece of paper behind it and just mat that on there. Ooh, look at that. All right, that's cool. That is really neat. Plaza Art has the printed Dura-Lar. I think that's pretty cool. And if I put that on a white background, or a color, another color, like a lighter, like a pink or something, or yellow, I think that'd be really cool. I could have done it on this side too, and I would have gotten a different pattern. I think this, yeah, this is wet though. Wonder, let's see what happens if we try to wipe it off. See, this is the thing. You just have to play with it to know what it will do. All right, now, yeah, it's just a little more faint. See there, it's still wet. So you could probably use the heat gun and just dry this. But it's cool because this is where it stretched the ink to where it couldn't, you know, it had to let go. The ink didn't cover the raised part. So you're going to get that pattern in there. It is a little bit warped, but I think if we laid that under a flat book, that would work it out. Okay, so let's keep going here. This, I love these glasses. You know, if I could draw eyes, I would draw people's eyes here. It would be a disaster, but I think it would be so cute. All right, let's make our book. All right, got a pile of stuff here. All right, I've got a piece of mat board. I have the cheetah print. Is that what it is, Cassie? Cheetah? Or leopard? Okay. Those are your glasses and your nose. Wow. Cute. All right. So this is, this is what I cut the bookmark with, but now I'm going to go to a Big's die. So what I want to do is I'm going to cut these at the same time and just see what happens. And I think I could adhere it on there before I cut it, which maybe I should do. Now, Cassie, what is the best adhesive that's not going to show? Actually, wait, no, because I want to do something on here first. So, but I want to cut this and I want it to score and possibly cut because then it will wrap properly. So let's just see what happens. But I'm still need to know the right adhesive, what you use. Is it like red line tape? Is it like sticky dots or glue? I don't know what would work best. I didn't have time to try that, but man, if I went to try everything I wanted to try, I could be experimenting forever. Okay, so we have, now it was a little thick, so okay, it did score the lines. Oh, this is even better. You know what? I can just adhere this on the spine and tack it down, or it could be inside. All right, let's see. Now that did, you can kind of see the lines here. You know what I would do is just take my blade, lay it on my cutting mat, and just go over it a little bit. And it'll punch out. So if you notice, I'm wearing my wedding ring. My husband and I have had this big, him more than me. I don't like things on my hands. And I know I just don't ever wear rings or anything on my hands because I'm always getting them dirty and messing with stuff. And I just don't like the feel of it. And so it made him like, why don't you wear your ring? I said, well, because I don't like stuff on my hands. And I mean, we've been married a very long time, so it's kind of a fight, but not really, because we both know. So I said he got a like a splinter or something, and his finger swelled up. And I said, you need to get your ring resized. And I said, if you do that, then I will wear my wedding ring. And I was afraid that I would have to get mine resized too, because I'm no longer the weight that I was when I got married. But we went to the ring people the other day, the jeweler, and they said, oh, no, actually, they wouldn't recommend I do mine. So I will be wearing my ring. Now, it didn't really let me get into the score lines too well here, I will say. So next time what I would probably do is cut this separately and then cut this separately. But look at this. I can just tape this down here and have this fun little cover. And what I was thinking was it would be fun to do some kind of treatment here. So I think what I'll do is just get like my watercolors out and do some kind of little fun thing under here. And here's my spritzer. I had to pack all this stuff up for the beach because I thought I would be doing more there, but it turns out we just went to the beach and relaxed and we had fun. All right, these are not my good brushes. Wait a minute. Let me, oh, here they are. All right, let's just get a nice blobby one. That'll work. I just got that one. It's a quill brush. And let's see what we got here. Actually, it's a little floppy. I don't like it as much as I thought I would, but all right, so we have black underneath. So let's do orange and be crazy. And just do some like some little blobs. Maybe that's a flower. Maybe not. Doesn't matter. There's going to be a lot going on in here. And what else? I tried to do a little sketch from the beach and it turned out very blah, but it was not as bad as I thought it would be. I wish I could find it, but it's in a pile somewhere. Let's do a little pink. These could be like little roses or just swatches or whatever you want them to be. Just as long as they're color. Any color is good. It's not as tealy as I thought, but it's still all right. Okay, let's see what happens here. Just wondering if I had seen your rings before. Probably not, Charlotta. Blinded by the light from the bling. You know what? This is Hayward's dad's college diamond. That's why. Another reason. Like, if I lost that, I mean, that's part of his family. Ugh. I just wouldn't want to be responsible. I have lost rings before. My birthday is in October, and it's opal. And opals are very hard to, keep in a setting. And I got a ring for my first communion that my aunt gave me, and I immediately lost it on the playground. So I get nervous. That's cute. That is really cute. All right, Cassie, I need to... You got a Payne Platinum band. Huh. You know someone who would so love this print? All right, let me see. Hey, Jenny, how are you? Hi, Brenda. Let me see. Sheets of adhesive. I do. Is that what you would use, Cassie? It's too late. No, I have some. I have scraps. Hang on. I have some right here. Yeah, I didn't know if they would show through is all. Because I know with like vellum, you can see. And I don't know that I love that, but let's just experiment. All right. You know what? I might just do a strip down the middle and see if that works and how that is gonna go. I do have adhesive. Wait a minute. Oh, this is this? Yeah. It felt weird for a minute. All right, let's see here. Because this is kind of fun. All right, let's see how it works. Let me burnish that down a little. This is such a fun pattern. Is it cheetah, Cassie, or leopard? I don't know my animal prints too well. All right, you can see a little here, but let's see what happens when we put it on the cover. All right, I was a little off where I positioned it, but I bet. Now, that's stuck on there. Actually, that's fine. You know, I don't see that. So I could have done the whole sheet. So what I would have done is taken my design that I want to paint on there or whatever. Then I would do the adhesive, and then I would do a layer of this. Then I would cut it all, and it would just be perfect. All the score lines and everything. I might have to cut it a little, but that's all right. And I could go ahead and cover this whole thing, but I kind of like it like this. I mean, that could be a little pocket. You know, you could go and let's just try this with glue and see what happens. I want to see if you can see it. And you know what? Maybe I'll do the back. And then if it doesn't work, we won't have wrecked the front. All right. So I think this is some pretty fun stuff. Don't you guys? Cassie, you should come on my live sometime and tell us about your inspiration and how you got into this, and maybe some of your other favorite products, if you have time. All right, and you could show us what you made with it. Okay, let me see what's happening here. 43 years overdue for taking yours in. I know, I do like that. All right. Yeah, well, I didn't really press it very long. But I don't think, I mean, it works with the glue. I didn't do it up here because I kind of like the idea of tucking something in for a pocket. All right, now there's one more thing I want to try. And this is I don't know who did it because I was watching YouTube and, well, one idea that I had, but this is not it. But I was thinking, you know, those little envelopes that we get, wouldn't it be fun to just stick something right in there, you know, like this, or those little glasses, or this lady? Wouldn't that be cute? Oh, I love that. And you could do some kind of word here. Oh, she's so cute. So this is just one of those envelopes that you get in the mail that have the little windows, and I like the sound that makes. So I just covered it with washi tape and paper, text paper, scraps that I had, and I just covered everything except the little window. And then so you can, it's nice and sturdy after you get all those layers of paper on it. So you could stick this in your journal. That would be adorable, especially in like a traveler's notebook size. Yeah, I like that. The glue might go clearer as it dries. Maybe an eyelet to hold down outer edges. That's a good idea. Or elastic, like, you know, if you were going to close it like that. Actually, I was going to make a book, but I don't think we have time for it. But my idea was, I had made this already, and I thought, oh, I'll put this together, and then I'll make some things to put inside. But I think we're running out of time. But I do want to try this with Kat's little graduation yearbook photos, because I think they would be so fun. Where did they go? Oh, here they are. So either one, you could do, maybe the vellum one would be fun. I do like the vellum one because it's kind of different, you know, having like a background to it. It just I think what it is that I can find it on my table instead of the other. So what this person did was she cut an overlay, which let's just do. And can you believe I'm using my scissors for everything here? And I'm not a very straight cutter, but I don't want to take a ton of time with this, but it went fast. I'm sure this is not straight. Okay. So where's my trimmer? Yeah, the lady is great in the envelope. All right, I'm just gonna even this out a little bit. Even though it's a junk journal, you shouldn't really care about that, but sometimes I'm just can't help myself. All right, that's not that bad. Let me just trim that down a tiny bit more. And then I'll show you, even though we don't really have the page, but let's pretend we have, I have envelopes everywhere with all this stuff in it. All right, I was thinking, where are my book pages? Well, we could, oh, here. Even this would work. Or what about, how about this? Piece of sheet music. It could be anything. It could be, you could use, you know, scrapbook paper. My heart at thy sweet voice. Aw. Let's just make a little book here, a little booklet that is about this size. So let's fold that in half. That's actually cute. And we'll fold this in half. We're just going to pretend this is a journal. And we're going to add something to the page. This is very imprecise. But what they did was they took a piece like this and let me get all my supplies. Oh, I have it in my handy dandy little tiny tray, except I kept it in the box. Just need one brad and a hole punch and a mat or something. I usually use my little foam pad, but doesn't matter. And then just position it where you want it. I'm going to put it over to the side and down a little bit. And I'm just going to poke a hole right there. And it does go through pretty easily, which is nice because I thought that might be an issue. And then you just put your little brad in. And then this like kind of can swing out and you could have like a little message under here, journaling. Isn't that cute? Or if you did say like a little watercolor or something, it would just be a fun little surprise to find inside a book, you know? I just think that was fun. And you could do it on the bottom. It could swing that way. Anyway, that is adorable. I love those girls. They all look so happy. One of them could have been my mom. She doesn't look too happy. Anyway, guys, that is what, I mean, there's so much more to try. And hopefully, I'm just going to keep this on my desk and we'll be trying out some more experiments with it. I just think this is such a nice, versatile material. And even with the stuff that didn't necessarily work how I thought, like the bookmark, it's cool. You know, you can make it work. So let's get these out again and you can take a look at them. Cassie, anything I should know from Grafix or that our friends should know, like where to get it, where's the best place to get it, ask stores to get it in. Yeah, so I did make some notes. And I think I already said them, but I do love the different styles that each designer brings. I like that you can use both sides of the material. I like that you can use colored pencils, watercolor. I did use it last night, but I think I used it on the vellum. You can use colored pencils, alcohol inks, alcohol markers. These are just so handy. They die cut well. And yeah, let's just do one more look through. All right, let me get everybody's in a pile. Did you guys have any questions? I love all of this. So many things to do with just a few items. I know. And you know what? You guys have them all. You have all of your supplies that you can just mix and match in different ways and use them to make different things. I mean, it's just, we're so lucky. All right, so these are Cassie's. And you know what? Actually, on our cover or under here, you know, you wouldn't have to just use each person's with their stuff. You could mix and match that. Where did our little pages go? So you could take one of Cassie's labels here and put, you know, awesome or confident or any of these, you know, or run it up that way. So you could use any of them together too. So you don't just have to keep them in a single collection. I like to mix them all because it just depends on what I'm making. And sometimes, you know, gotta mix and match. All right, so those are Cassie's. So cute. We did our leopard. I never did hear if that was leopard or Shrinky Dinks. Yeah, those are cool too. I think they have some of their Shrinky Dinks. Yeah, they're in colors, which was fun. All right, so that was Cassie's. This is Kat's. She's got the grungy vibe. And we did our little high school girls. And then there was Terri, where we did the inks on the flowers, which are cool. And then we've got our lady in the window. That would be a good place for a word too. What word would you pick for her, do you think? You think she's brave? Or let me give you the choices. Here they are. All right, what one do you think she is? All right. Leopard print. Okay. There she is. All right, I think any of these words would work. She's adorable. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Now, I didn't tell you, on Thursday, we're going to have a sneak peek of the new collection. So you're going to want to be here. And I'm going to put them up in the Etsy shop. They will be available on Thursday. Okay. So I'll put something in the fan club about that. Confident, you think, Pink Bell? Yeah. So make sure to come back on Thursday and we will see the new dies. And thanks for coming, guys. We also have the store owners. If you are going to be at one of the classes in the UK when I teach in a couple weeks, we are going to have those store owners on to answer any questions and just kind of talk for a couple minutes and say hi to them. So if you have any questions and you're coming to class, make sure to come on Thursday. Okay. Thank you, Cassie. Beautiful designs. Lady in the window. The words make me think be Psycho. She is too cute. But yeah, I kind of get that. You never know. All right, guys. Thanks so much. And thanks, Grafix, for sending these and let me play with them. They're just really cool, and I can't wait to play some more. All right, guys. See you on Thursday. Thanks for coming. Okay. Bye.